Yeah, so this is the event we're gonna do. This is so annoying. Yes, very annoying. Doesn't this just mean that Lady Farina will sit at the judges' table? Exactly. Sit at the judges' table? What does that mean? Oh my, we have guests. Judging from your clothes, you must be outlanders, yes? In that case, it's quite expected that you might not understand our local lingo. Allow me to put it this way. Who should sit at the judges' table? The justices, of course. And who is our Chief Justice? Monsieur Neviette, naturally. Oh my, well then why is our dear Hydro Archon sitting in Monsieur Neviette's chair? Now come now, tell me, what would the poor people being judged think of that? If it were me, why, I would feel cheated. Our Hydro Archon knows nothing about being a judge. Drag her. Well, it does seem like they wouldn't be getting what was advertised. Exactly. Trials will be not as advertised, precisely as you say. Huh, so it does mean what Paimon thought it did. Wait just a second, are you sure it's okay for you to make fun of your god like that? Oh, of course, our Archon loves such jokes. Why, if these words reached her ears, she would tie me to a stone and have me hurled into a deep lake, watching enthusiastically from the sidelines the entire time. Okay. But dear guests, do not grieve yet, for our good Arbon is ever so flighty with his words that even a millstone could not sink him. And our Archon would say, it's a miracle, such a romantic ending, while applauding most loudly. In fact, she might even shed a tear or two. Aye, and she may even bestow upon me a model of romantic fontaine medal. Is that what Fontainians consider romantic? Paimon's not sure what to say here. Me neither. In any case, let's get to business. Might I ask why you have come to our humble store? Speaking of which, Arbon, don't you think our two guests look like the famous adventurers the boss told us about previously? Huh, quite so. One with hair like burnished gold, and the other like shining silver. Oh, right. Might the two of you be Ms. Harley and Ms. Paimon? You know us? The boss was asking around at the Adventurers Guild about adventurers active in Fontaine, and ended up being told about the two of you. Word is that you're a pretty formidable team. Well, Ms. Harley, looks like we're getting more famous by the day. Thanks to me, eh? Come on, you could show a bit more humility. What? Well then, what would your boss like from us? Well, unfortunately, he's not in the store right now, so allow us to tell you in his stead. Just a few words, not to worry. To be brief, our boss would like your help collecting data for his Champion Duelist plan. Champion Duelist plan? It is a plan to use Champion Duelists as the main characters, the development centerpiece, and the focus of our advertising for a new line of Clockwork toys. Ah, right, that's our business, by the way. Clockwork toys. Also, have the two of you heard of Champion Duelists? I have, don't worry. Continue. Our boss believes this to be an excellent cultural institution of Fontaine. As such, toys of this kind may yet sell very well indeed. And if they do get popular outside the country, we can also win honour for our nation. 2 birds with 1 stone, I say. I can see Lady Farina herself pinning medals to our chests. These guys are so strange. Okay, so that's the situation, huh? But if you're making toy champion duelists, what do you need us adventurers for? Well, you can't develop anything without data, and the strength of the champion duelists is honed in all manner of perilous places. Getting data on them isn't easy. But when we heard that the more impressive adventurers do similar things, we thought, why not get adventurers to help us instead? Paimon kinda gets it now. You're gonna use adventurers to get the data you need for your line of toy champion duelists. Is that it? It's no different from Lady Farina sitting at the judges' table. Well now, it's not quite that serious. It's more like replacing a maritime flower with a mallow tree. What? How does that make sense? Or, you know, a wooden pillar with a stone one. Doesn't this mean more or less the same thing? That's what you two were talking about from the start, you know? And we heard it all. Oh, that. We were talking about Le Pot Horlogerie. Le Pot Horlogerie, I think. The watchmaker next door. They're way worse than we are, trust me. They call themselves a watchmaker, but they make toys on the sly. Now that's just completely absurd, isn't it? Indeed, terribly so. A watchmaker that sells toys? Exactly, and is that not reprehensible? Come, tell me, what do you like most in this world? Men shutting the fuck up. What Paimon likes most? Well, it's her best buddy Harley, of course. In that case, if there was a Harley puppet store somewhere that you travelled from afar to see, only to find that it did not sell Harley puppets at all, but instead stocked nothing but a ton of Arbol puppets. Would you not be angered at this betrayal of your expectations? Would you not cry and scream? Would you not send the boss of that store flying with a single punch for denying you the purchase of your dear companion? Okay? Why, I'd be furious. I'd punch the store owner straight into a cell in the fortress of Meripede. Seriously, who'd buy Arbol puppets anyway? Damn. Well, now that you say so, it would be kind of annoying. What do we do, Harley? It would be terrible if puppets of you were to go out of stock. Paimon, it's a red herring. Don't get distracted. Huh, and they almost got Paimon there too. Oh, come now, we were just making analogies, and you know what they say, there's no such thing as a perfect analogy. Do people say that? And well, the things we describe do happen. After all, you will not find beryl conches in conch madeleines, well... Madeleines? Conch madeleines, will you? Precisely, and such things will only increase in frequency, until a day comes when watchmakers stop making watches altogether. But we shall not forgive them, oh no, unless they change their name to Le Port Toy Makers. And there you both go again. You two really love spouting nonsense, don't you? The more you talk, the further off topic we get. So let's just have it now. What do you need us to do? Well, actually, we do have one request to make before that. Could you two go to Le Port Orangerie next door and do a little investigation there? Watchmaking is their main trade, but their latest toys have become so popular they're stealing our customers. Just be better, my guy. We heard that the store owner gained inspiration for those toys in Mondstadt, and we're curious about what they might be. For all you know, it might be some alchemy-powered toy that gives off a scent 4 times as sweet as Sunsetia's, which they use to ensnare people. Well, I've heard that there's an alchemist in Mondstadt who can do that anyway. Oh, that'd be sucrose. A quadruple sweetness Sunsetia? Wouldn't that be... As such, could you please help us check it out, dear guests? Our boss is quite concerned about this matter. And why won't you go yourselves? Oh, come now, dear guest. We have reputations to maintain as business people. We can't just walk over there willy-nilly. What are you doing with your willy? Exactly, it's for the sake of our reputation. And is one's reputation not one's all? For my part, I must go tell our boss of your arrival, so please, lend us your aid in this matter. To be honest, Harley, Paimon's pretty curious. What would toys that take inspiration from Mondstadt look like? Would they really have something to do with alchemy? Let's just go have a look, shall we? Ah, thank you so much. In that case, we shall wait for news from you here. I need to go tell the boss that the 2 guests he invited have arrived. Well, go and return quickly then, before I die of boredom watching the store alone. These men gay as hell. Whoa, there are a ton of people here. Looks like the toys are really popular. Hello, dear customers. I am Caron, the owner of this shop. What can I do for you? Hey there, boss. We've heard that you've come up with an awesome toy, so we'd like to know more about it. Of course you can. Still, my elder brother sent you here to seek out information, didn't he? Eh? Your brother? Wait. Actually, how did you know what we were here for? Oh, I just saw you walking out from the Clockwork Workshop, that's all. My brother owns that shop, and I know him and what he'd do. This is right up his alley. Exposed before we could even get started. Ugh, we should have prepped more before coming over. How are we supposed to know that you're brothers? Ugh, now this isn't just a matter of corporate competition, is it? It's brother against brother. Paimon, mind your language, please. How? What language? Sorry, boss. Paimon's brain gears got stuck there for a minute. Don't worry. Even the best made toys have components that will get stuck at some point. It's the same with people. You need to take good care of them. Besides, I don't think you're wrong about how my brother sees our relationship. Regardless, I won't take out more of your time than needed. Let me talk about these toys instead. Are you sure this is okay? We're supposed to be secretly gathering intel. Such interesting things you say, dear customers. Our store's real bread and butter is clocks, which we make using techniques handed down from generation to generation. Toys are just my personal hobby. They bring happiness to people, so if I let more people know about them, is that not the same as spreading happiness? Wow, that's such a nice way of thinking about things. My brother would probably say that this line of thinking is too unadventurous. But that aside, why don't you have a look at the toy? I hope you'll like it. I heard that you got your inspiration from Mondstadt. Indeed, I've liked the place since I was little, and when I went there recently, it was indeed a rewarding experience for me. I incorporated the story of an adventurer I met there into the toy, but don't set your expectations too high, alright? In the end, it's just a simple clockwork device. An adventurer? So it's not a product of alchemy then? An alchemical toy? That sounds interesting. But this adventurer made quite the impression. If there's time, I'll tell you his story. Would you like to try the toy out now? There's nothing quite like experiencing it for yourself. We'd love to, but they're still waiting for our reply on the other end. We should get there first, Harley, and then come right back. Paimon really wants to try this adventurer toy right away. Alright then. Remember, you're always welcome here. He's kind of got that fuckboy haircut going on. You know? Boss, our 2 guests have returned. The 2 of you are quick indeed. As expected of people recommended by the Adventurers Guild, I am Livre, the owner of this shop. Welcome. Hey there, boss. So you and Caron are brothers? We didn't know about that, and he saw through us right away. Seriously, Albert? You didn't tell them something this important? You were right there in the conversation, my guy. Seriously, Albert? Didn't we agree that you'd tell them? If you're gonna cut anyone's salary, boss, cut his. Hey, are you 2 brothers too? What? Don't call this guy my brother. So what you mean to say is that the mission's a bust? You didn't find anything? Well, no. Caron is a really nice guy, and he didn't mind even though he knew about us. He even told us that we could try the toy out anytime. That guy. So, is that toy alchemically powered? No, it's an adventurer toy. Those things are so corny. Didn't he say that he incorporated some adventurer's story into it or something? That's right. How did you know? Did you already investigate the matter or something? I just know him all too well. He always puts something sentimental into his toys without caring about the market situation. If you ask me, adventure stories are long out of fashion. But his shop is very popular, isn't it? That's just ordinary market fluctuations. Once our champion duelist lineup takes the stage, we'll have him beat easy. But those aren't real champion duelists. They're the result of us out-of-fashion adventurers play acting. What do the 2 of you know? This is what we call packaging. It's standard practice on the market, and no one cares exactly how you do it. We're just going to get the data and put it into some popular toy prototypes, and claim that it's a story about the growth of a champion duelist, and that'll do the trick just fine. Really? That's it? Paimon feels like there'd definitely be problems this way. It's fine if the story has issues. It's all about the gimmick. What would you think if I told you that Arbon and Albert are in fact ultra-realistic, ultra-high-quality puppets based on the theme of Double Act? What? They're puppets? Can puppets look so real? Of course they can. That's the power of a double act. Tricks can seem very real indeed. See that? That's the power of packaging. Even a gimmick can, when presented the right way, generate interest. Ugh, so it was just a trick. You cheater. You couldn't be more different from your brother. Well, that's his problem for not staying in his clockwork lane. If he wants to stick his nose into the toy-making business, it's my duty as his older brother to show him what's what. None more conniving than a merchant, I see. Thanks for the compliments. In that case, eyes up, you 2. The data collection will be run by Arbon and Albert. Well, we're just going to turn a blind eye to your brotherly conflict. Just don't skimp on our payments. Okay, cute. Dance resolution! Torrential turbulent charge, efficacy testing simulation arena, toy war situation map. Welcome, dear guests, we meet again. It has not been long, and yet I miss you a little already. You sweet talker. Ah, woe is me, loathed am I, how the pain stings. Perhaps I'd best get back to work. Let me state first that the planned data collection project will be divided into 2 parts. One will be run by Albert, and the other by me. On my side, we wish to model the agility of a champion duelist, and so we'll need you to complete a few underwater speed challenges. Huh, do champion duelists have to train underwater? Who knows? I do not know one personally, and I don't think the boss knows any either. He probably just thinks that it's cooler this way. He originally wanted to install 10 different water drawing mechanisms that can spray jets of water, but eventually gave up on this idea due to the high cost. That does sound pretty cool. Well, fontaine is the realm of water after all, and if this is to be sold in other nations, a little fontainian flair is needed. Anyway, we've prepared a handbook with relevant details. Please peruse it at your disposal. Well, are you two raring to go already? Let me make some preparations. No problem. The data collection devices have already been placed over there, so you need not worry about them. You just need to focus on completing the challenge. How do seahorses move through the water? Few people ever stop to think about things like this, but once you observe their unique shapes and swimming postures more carefully, it becomes apparent that floating and diving are actually easier for them than for other fishes. A valuable observation indeed. In torrential turbulent charge, your character will automatically move forward in the water, and you can adjust their direction to a certain extent. Turbulent bubbles might appear in open water challenges, and contact with such bubbles will enable your character to charge forward a certain distance. Make use of turbulent bubbles to efficiently reduce time consumption. Hidden obstacles might appear during the challenge. These cannot be seen unless your character gets within a certain distance of them. Contact with them will induce punishment. Your challenge time remaining will decrease. Oh god, here we go. Oh! Something about this perspective on this kind of throws me off. Oh, I almost didn't get that. Panicked lad. This is a long thing. Okay. We're doing well so far. I'm scared. Oh! Okay. It's kind of tight. Damn, this really is long. Oh, okay, there we go. Oh god. Oh god. Oh. Oh my lord. Just don't hurt me. Ooh. Oh, there's no way I fucking hit that. What? Bro. That sucks so bad. I did not hit that. Fuck this game. I'm mad. Ah! Oh god. Oh, lordy lord. Okay, cool. God, I'm so annoyed that I hit that one thing. I thought I was fine. Oh. This is fun, even though it's like difficult. Well, I mean, it's not that difficult, but I'm having to like think about it at the very least. Nope. Fuck. Oh! I mean to press that. Oh, how did I avoid that? That is wild. What? Oh my... Are you fucking kidding me? I hit that. That's bullshit. I'm mad. Oh, no. Wrong button. Okay, just go right through the middle. Okay. We can do this, Kokomi. Oh! I don't know why I was pressing the buttons, but the brain wasn't working. You better go. Okay. Hope you enjoy. Thank you for stopping in. Oh, dull, but have fun with everything else. What, the event? Or, like, what you're doing today? Oh god. These fucking things again! Here we go. Oh my lord, that was right in my face. This is not a lot of space. Oh my fucking Lord Jesus. Okay. Fuck me, this one's difficult. They just come at you so fast. Oh wait, are we done? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. Which is entirely possible. I'm lagging for some reason. Ooh. Okay. Oh, this thing's up with the Elton Trench? Have I been down here? I don't know. Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Have you heard? Armand's been doing much better recently. He still gets nervous when there are too many people, but he can at least express what he means. Well, he'd better be. How will he become a comedian if he stutters in front of people? Armand? The staff member at Le Port Horlogerie. You haven't seen him? He's from the same village as us, and he wants to act in comedies. Unfortunately, he has a terrible stutter. They say that it's a long-term effect of him having fallen from the audience seats and hitting his head at a comedy show. Oh, Jesus. I really liked that comedy too. I recall that it was called Judgment, but nowadays, I feel like I can't really enjoy it. I mean, the kid who wanted to become a comic actor was judged during a comedy called Judgment, and his sentence was to never become one. Poor Armand. What sin did he commit, and who is his judge? Who can say? The fuck? My, are you so eager to begin work already? If you don't mind me saying so, I do think that this plan won't go anywhere. Might as well go over to Le Port Horlogerie to have some fun, eh? That's such a mouthful. Whoa, is that your honesty coming out to play? Shh, pipe down now, pipe down. If someone hears us, they might take me for a hostile spy. Let's leave this topic at that, shall we? I mean, I just work here, so let's talk work. Let me state first that this data collection project will be divided into two parts. One will be run by Arbol, and the other by me. On my side, we wish to model the might of the champion duelist, and so we will need you to complete some feats of combat prowess. We have found some places where monsters often gather, and planted data collection devices in the vicinity, so you need only go forth and clear those creatures out. I have already marked the exact locations on your map. As for any other things of note, they have been written into this manual here, which you can peruse at your leisure. So, do you have any questions? No. Well, in that case, I hope the data gathering session goes like clockwork. Oh my god. Hello, you two. My name is Armand. You seem kind of nervous. Sorry, I get like this when there are too many people around. No worries, no worries. You don't have to rush. We're just here to try out the toy. Oh, sure. I have prepared a handbook for you. Oh, that's so nice of you, Armand. We'll read it carefully for sure. It's alright if you just don't read it. It's very simple and fun. Do you want to try? Thanks, I'll give it a go. I hope you enjoy yourselves. It's really hard to imitate a stutter. During the challenge, control the toy adventurer, follow the music beats, and attack at the right moment to hit the toys lining both sides of the track. Before the challenge starts, adjust your attack delay to optimize your toy's reaction precision. With suitable attack delay parameters, you'll be able to hit toys to the rhythm more easily and score higher in the challenge. I usually like to play Genshin. Oh god. Wait, hold on. Need to focus. cool. I just needed to focus on that one. Yay! Let's fucking go. When faced with toy blue slimes during the challenge, hold the corresponding arrow keys in advance to charge up, before releasing the button to initiate charged attacks. Only charged attacks can damage toy blue slimes. Oh god. Never mind, I take back what I said. Okay. Ooh, I'm stressed. Oh, fuck. I missed one. God damn it. Nice, we did it. Yay! When faced with toy double green slimes during the challenge, tap the left and right arrow keys simultaneously to initiate a wide-ranged attack. Do they mean A and D, or do they mean left and right arrow keys? Only wide-ranged attacks can damage toy double green slimes. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I have my own art. Thank you for the offer. Oh, fuck. I fucked up there. But I managed to save it. Sorry I'm not saying much, I'm just trying to focus. Hell yeah, we did it. Okay, cool. Nice. Oh, we can already invite Bennett. Damn. The feedback on the board doesn't look right. Shouldn't we be receiving naught but high praise? It wasn't like this before. Quite unexpected, yes. I suspect foul play. Fortunately, our boss has, in his wisdom, prepared a contingency plan. Well, of course he has. Why else do you think he's the boss? Ah bon, Albert, is Lever in? He's got something for us, apparently. Ah, right on time. Here comes the contingency now. What contingency? Well, that's you. That's what the boss said, but he's not here right now, so let us explain. Just a short explanation once again. During the last 2 days, we released the results of our Champion Duelist plan to the public. We've also started pre-orders that will allow people to pay half the price as a deposit and thus qualify for early access. We also placed an evaluation column, that is to say, the message board at the door of our store, upon which people could leave their profuse praises. This is what they called building hype. Just as the boss expected, our store really did get very popular, but very few people placed pre-orders, and the amount of praise left in the other column was also lamentably low. You lack sincerity this. Where's the internal quality control that? Get with the times. Such are the reviews we've gotten. Looks like the market wasn't quite what you expected, huh? I fear things are not so simple. We have a saying around here, that where there's smoke, there's fire. That is to say that something never arises from nothing. In other words, someone is spreading rumors. Baseless, scurrilous rumors that smear us. That smear us irresponsibly. That irresponsibly invent disparaging fictions and defamatory fabrications. The boss is sure that his brother is the only one who can be behind the smear campaign. L'Importe or La Cherie has the most to be worried about if this plan succeeds, after all. So what do you want to do? Hire us to smear them right back? Lady Fiorina above! How could you ever think such a thing? And before he's going to ask us to do that. Our boss is Caron's elder brother, after all. Even if they might stoop to such low and vulgar means, we will defeat them fair and square. Exactly. Only this way can the elder brother reform his wayward little brother. What are we needed for in that case? To get them to reveal what they mean by sincerity and internal quality control, of course. Reveal what now? Is that not fair? And is Fontaine not the nation of fairness? Not really. That's not what fairness means. The boss said that since everyone seems to think that the other party's packaging has been done with sincerity, we should keep pace with them. We shall package our champion duelists as they package adventurers. Adding that to our wealth of data will guarantee us a comeback victory. Packaging? Nah, they just turned an adventurer's tale into a toy, that's all. Oh, that must be it. Please, ask them what it is. That story must be the packaging we speak of. I too have heard a little something. It seems that while Caron was drunk, he accidentally let slip that this toy was made due to a certain person. Imagine what a grand tale they must have shared to inspire such words from him. Huh? Really? You know, Harley, Paimon's suddenly curious as to what that story might be. Why don't we try going back and asking? Will you? Oh, splendid, splendid! We shall leave this in your capable hands then, Ms. Paimon, Ms. Harley. Hello again, dear customers. How have you been? Have you tried out the adventurer toy, by the way? Hey there, Caron. Actually, we've got some things we wanted to consult you about. And yeah, it's about the toy. Ah, happy coincidence then. I enjoy those, like a fortuitous no opportunity to nap, or just happening to have enough mora to buy what you'd like to. Ask away. I'd like to hear the story behind this toy. That's right. We've heard that you based this toy on someone. That's gotta be the adventurer who's the star of this tale, right? I see, so that's your question. Well, that adventurer did indeed leave a deep impression on me. I met an adventurer in Springvale when I was about to leave Mondstadt. It appeared that he had messed up some sort of meal delivery commission. Apparently, he had encountered several waves of monsters on the way there, and not only had he missed the timing, but the food had also been bumped about. Knowing a thing or two about cooking, I helped to make a new serving. Well, that sure was nice of you. Well, but that's not all. You might find it hard to imagine, but that one attempt at cooking resulted in all manner of accidents. The firewood got wet, a big hole got gouged in the bottom of the pot, and while I was plating up, I was hit by some flying stones out of nowhere. One of them even bounced onto my head. Now that one really hurt. Well, the job did eventually get done, albeit with a complaint from the customer that they had cracked a tooth on a stone while eating. Lady Fiorina above. Surely it wasn't the stone that hit us on the head. Was this adventurer's name... Bennett? That was his name. Wait, do you two know him as well? Interesting fellow, that one. Later, he took me to all sorts of rarely visited places in Mondstadt to show his thanks. It was a pretty rough journey, but the uncommonly beautiful sights made it worth the effort. What do you mean, uncommonly beautiful? I would have taken him for a travel enthusiast had he not told me that he had discovered those places by losing his footing during adventures, or from getting lost. On the day of my return to Fontaine, he came to say goodbye, and there I asked him if he considered his unlucky disposition bothersome. He just gave me a thumbs up and said, "The world is full of all sorts of people, and maybe I just happen to be the unluckiest. But thanks to that, I've also become the bravest person, and that's given me access to sights only I can see." Oh, wait, that's really awesome. What a brilliant way of putting things. Walking the path of misfortune with a big smile on one's face. Perhaps that's the spirit of a true adventurer. That's right, Bennett's the most adventurous adventurer for sure. If bad luck can be infectious, perhaps that adventuring spirit could be too. And with any luck, the latter can spread far further than the former. I wonder, will this story give you enough material for your report? How did you figure that one out this time? Where there's smoke, there's fire. That's what we say in Fontaine. If you really wanted to know about this story, you'd have asked the first time. I kind of wish we'd asked the first time, to be honest. But since you're only doing that now, I can only guess that my brother put you up to it. So you really did know. You know, Paimon doesn't get why Livre would have such a dim view of you. You're pretty smart, and you seem like a nice guy. It's anger, I think. He's probably still mad at me for what he sees as a betrayal. Eh? Betrayal? Our family is well known for our skills in making clockwork devices. I've always been good at making toys of that sort, and while my brother isn't quite as good, he's got a real knack for doing business. Since we both love toys, we agreed that when we grew up, we would set up the best toy store ever. But it was only when we grew up that we realized that someone had to succeed the family business. That is to say, this shop. My brother had a big fight with our father over that, and he went to strike out on his own. I, on the other hand, was convinced to stay. And is that not a betrayal? Does that really count, though? Well, if it wasn't a show of adventurousness, that was for sure. I was afraid that if I failed to make a name for myself out there, I'd have to come crawling back to the family business. I just couldn't take that pressure. I've always been like that. I'd be the first to cry when we encountered some hooligans on the streets, but my brother would have me get behind him with a "Don't worry, watch me send them flying with my knuckle sandwich." Your relationship seems kind of complicated. Well, I suppose that's how things played out, eh? In any case, I'll be here if you have any other questions. You're always welcome here in my store. Boss, our 2 guests have returned. Quick as ever, I see. I suppose you gained much from your investigations? Huh. You know, Livre, why do you always show up later? Well, I suppose I am remiss. I shall strive to come earlier next time. Anyway, about that toy. You tell Livre about Bennett, he frowns. A toy based on an adventurer named Bennett? I see. And another thing, we didn't ask him, but Paimon thinks your brother didn't badmouth your shop. He doesn't look like the type. Oh? How so? He seems to be sorry about something concerning you. You pass Caron's words on. Livre's gaze passes through to what seems to be a place in the indeterminate distance, like a camera adjusting its focus. After a while, a dissatisfied noise struggles its way out of his chest. Humph. If you ask me, I don't think that idiot would do something like that either. Wait, so what was this whole contingency thing about? The boss was just looking for an excuse, I suppose. More likely than not, I say. Well, he is a businessman. Businessmen have reputations to consider. And he is the big brother, is he not? A big brother's got a name to uphold, you know. Say any more or you'll eat my knuckle sandwich. That's exactly what Caron said he'd be like. Well, dear guests, I was just thinking that I should go pay that idiot a visit. Whoa, are you going to put your differences aside and go ask him for advice then? Of course not. But if he thinks he's betrayed me and feels bad about that, shouldn't I give him the opportunity to apologize to my face? Damn. He did say that, but Paimon doesn't think that's the sort of betrayal someone needs to apologize for. Well, it's decided. Ah bon, there's no need for any further pre-orders. Return all deposits as needed and keep that evaluation board. What? Boss? So we're not executing the plan anymore? What about the data collection? There's still time to make adjustments. No, the data collection continues. I have other plans for that. And you've got payments to collect, don't you? I always do honest business. Suspiciously honest in this case. Ah, the boss is the boss, even when he's being stubborn. I wouldn't call his attitude towards toys completely worthless. I'll pay a visit to Le Pot Horlogerie once the next 2 days of data collection are complete. I'd like you two to come too, good customers. I've got some other things to settle here in the shop, so if you'll excuse me. Damn. Livre's got such an odd temper. He's not really going to ask for an apology, is he? Well, would you look at that? Our third party has brought about an opportunity for change once again. Third party? That's the two of you, of course. Thanks to you, the differences between the two shop owners may yet be resolved. That's what happened previously too. Previously? Aye, have you noticed how this shop is separated from La Porte Horlogerie by the Northland Bank? Boss originally wanted to set up shop next to La Porte Horlogerie to compete with them directly. Now, I doubt that they knew about the boss's history when they reserved that space, but in some way, they became a mediator in the conflict, didn't they? That's super interesting. The Fatui loves to meddle in other people's business, but this sort of meddling's a first for sure. And that's the importance of third parties, just like how a double act still needs an audience. Well, what about solo acts? Would things work with just one actor and one audience? Wait, are you trying to portray me too? You better watch out for my knuckle sandwich then. Have you seen the evaluation board? Seems like someone likes those clockwork penguins. I saw it. It's the one that talks about wanting to get to know Fremine, right? Sounds like someone who would like to strike up some further collaboration if you ask me. Fremine? Oh, we're talking about those clockwork penguins on that table. A diver named Fremine made them, and he then placed them in our store as a consignment. He's a good lad with a pretty face. Heyo. Soft-spoken fellow, but he's very good at making toys. He seems a little melancholy though, like someone who lacks something that should have belonged to him. Interesting. I know that look, you know. It's the same one that Arbol makes when he looks at his empty wallet. Don't suppose Fremine's in need of Mora, do you? Don't be ridiculous. He didn't even discuss the profit split when he came to talk about the consignment. He wasn't in it for the Mora. True. But what else would trouble a lad of his age? Being the Fatui? Yeah, and he's a winsome fellow too. I haven't seen the boss ever approve of a consignment. He not only offered to set up an outdoor store for the penguins, but even proposed a 50-50 split on the earnings. Unfortunately, one could only call the sales middling. Many people came to look, sure, but there weren't many buyers. The toy is very intricately designed, but I'd say that also makes it harder to play with, and harder to fix. Really, I didn't expect that anyone would leave a message about it on the board. Maybe there's a big client behind it, eh? Either way, we should tell the boss about it. Won't do to miss out on a good deal, you know? You know, today's supposed to be the day when Leva's going to go take her on a visit. I wish I could read the rest of that. I see you're doing well, Carol. Brother? What are you doing here? We haven't seen each other in so long, and that's what you chose to say? I just didn't expect you to come over and see me. I mean, our shops are quite close together, but you never came over. I thought you were still angry with me. I'm not here to talk to you about what happened before. I'm just going to ask you this. That adventurer toy was made because of me, right? I knew I wouldn't be able to hide anything from you. Wait, now Paimon's confused. Wasn't that toy inspired by Bennett? Ah, I see you two have arrived as well. I'm sorry for not explaining previously, but I didn't know where to begin. Although that adventurer did give me critical inspiration, my brother was the real reason I insisted on having the toy made. I don't really get what was so difficult about all this. That's on my brother for twisting himself into loops over everything. You haven't changed either, brother. I'm more and more convinced that you and that adventurer are the same type of person. I don't have a vision, nor am I an adventurer. But you have that same adventurous spirit. Bennett lives in an adventure, while you live for adventure. Did you pick that flattery up from me too? How can that be? You've never been a flatterer. You've never hesitated to tell me that I haven't any fighting spirit. And while the truth is frustrating, it is the truth nonetheless. You've always been trying to be the best toy merchant ever, but I acceded to the family's arrangements, continuing the cycle of clockmaking. Only people like you and Bennett could turn their passions into their profession. I cannot. It would take 100 of me to match your courage. Come on, don't say that about yourself. There's no point in hiding this. When my brother first stated his intentions to move his shop next to mine, my first reaction was to consider moving the shop. Father would be ashamed, and rightly so. But in the end, the Northland Bank took that spot and separated us. A happy coincidence again, you could say. Yeah, Arbon told us about it. Do you really think the world is so full of happy coincidences? That the Northland Bank just so happened to come between us at that time? What do you mean, Lever? I had reserved that spot long ago, but a new idea struck me, and so I transferred it to them for a low price. This didn't just come out of nowhere, you know. So you were the one who got them involved. Huh. Did you think that your previous decision was too impulsive or something? Ever since I left, my goal has always been to be the greatest toy merchant. But what sort of greatness would that be if the family feud made my brother move away in the process, huh? Hee, that smells like concern to Paimon. You were just making excuses when you said you wanted Caron to apologize, weren't you? Apologize? What apologize? Did I ever say that? Wow, that's a really earnest denial, considering that you actually did say it. I'm here to congratulate you, Caron. That toy is quite well made. It's been such a long time since I last heard a word of praise from you, brother. I didn't think that... I've also brought you a gift. Here's the data I had these two adventurers gather over the last few days. This should help you create something even more interesting. Huh? But weren't you going to make toy champion duelists? That data's important to you, isn't it? That plan suspended. The market shifted faster than I thought, so some ad hoc adjustments will be necessary. But this data, how could I just take it? You take it when I give it to you, obviously. In that case, I'll take it. For safekeeping. Feel free to reclaim it should you ever need it again. Huh, so Livre's other plan was to give the data to his brother. I apologize, dear customers, that I did not ask for your suggestions first before doing this. Oh, it's fine. You paid us, didn't you? And this is your personal matter. This was totally worth it if your relationship with your brother can be improved, right, Harley? We're honest businessmen too. Guess this was a successful third-party intervention. Oh, right. Livre, Caron, since we're all here, why don't you strike while the iron's hot and work together on something? You're good at making stuff, Caron, and we can have Livre do the advertising. If you do it as a team, it's sure to work out. I appreciate your good intentions, but there's no need. I feel the same way. Wait, so this is what you two are going to agree on? That Bennett fellow said this too, didn't he? The world is full of all sorts of people. So you did remember that part. The world is full of all sorts of people, and they all have sights that only they can see. If I learned anything from him at all, this would be it. Caron and I are just different people, which is why we set out on different paths. Perhaps he thinks that my path is too adventurous, and I, for my part, can't stand the kind of placid existence he leads. That's right. If the hour hand does the minute's hand's work, it will get fired without compensation the next day. Okay. And while intense challenges are an adventure, is a simple life not one as well? Everyone's on their own journey of adventure. So since we've each chosen our direction, let's walk down that path and seek our own unique sights. And I'll occasionally go meet with you. After all, your road will be quite difficult. Pfft, don't you worry about me. At least I know how to enlist third parties to help me out of jams. I didn't sit around waiting for these adventurers or the Northland Bank, let me tell you that. And what will you do when there's a problem that even a third party can't solve? I'm sure you know how the stiffer a gear is, the less durable it will be. I worry that... And if we meet, we'll meet. What else can we do, huh? That's just life. No, you won't be defeated by life, just like Bennett. And if things prove otherwise... Yeah? I'll send you flying with a knuckle sandwich. Ha, brat. Listen to yourself. Talking to your big brother like that. Don't get too cocky. Well, if Lady Furina can sit at the judge's desk for a while, then a little brother can borrow his big brother's lines, right? Haha, I see you're figuring us Fontainians out. I'd like to ask you something, so if you're free, let's meet outside my shop later. That's all I have to say today, Caron. I'll be heading back now. Haven't gone back, have you? Well, I must thank you. I'm sure Father would be pleased that my brother and I finally spoke. You're here. Well, you seem to be in a good mood. Thanks to your help. Speaking of which, Caron's trip to Mondstadt gave me an idea. Perhaps I should go travel around for a bit and find some inspiration for toys myself. You've travelled the world. You probably know some friends like that, Bennett. Do you have any suggestions for me? Well, we do have a lot of friends, but when it comes to toy inspiration, that might be a bit tough. Why not look for a third party? Aren't we the third party? We're a valid third party, aren't we? Exactly. Are you referring to the Northland Bank? Oh, you meant the previous third party. Oh, let Paimon think. The Northland Bank's under the Fatui, and the Fatui are under... Are you referring to a Harbinger? Do you mean that we can make a toy themed after a Harbinger? Huh? Harley, do you mean... Oh, Paimon gets it. Leave her. Did you know that there's a very special Harbinger, whom they call the greatest toy salesman in Snezhnaya? What? Is there such a person? Of course, and he's a real expert too. Maybe he'll inspire you. And you know, a toy merchant and a seller would make a pretty awesome combo, don't you think? Thanks for your suggestions. They've been very helpful. I don't think it would be easy to get in contact with a Harbinger, but I do have some connections at the Northland Bank. I'll see what I can do. I like how we're just very chill about, like, knowing people in the Fatui who we inherently mistrust because they've done some terrible things. And he's very chill about it. He's like, oh yeah, let me see if I can get in contact with the Harbinger. Like, what? What's going on here? I feel like I missed the patch where we suddenly became pretty friendly with the Fatui. Like, in the Archon quest, we were pretty friendly with Chai. I don't understand anything. Don't forget to invite us to try whatever new toy you come up with. I will. Keep an ear out for news from me. I'll inform you if my efforts at the Northland Bank bear any fruit. Arbonne and Albert seem to be in today. They took leave, said they had a new idea for toys. Weird, if you ask me. They usually can't think of anything but their favourite comedies. Forget having any thoughts about toys. What this change of heart is about, I couldn't guess. Well, I think that's the whole event. Which is weird. Because that took less than 2 hours. That was the fastest patch event I've fucking done in my life. Studies in Light and Shadow, a fontaine of enchantment. In Fontaine's countryside, a man named Bresson seems to have encountered some trouble. Huh? What's that person doing over there? And is that a camera next to them? Doesn't look like he's fishing either. Let's go over and have a look, shall we? Have faith in yourself, Bresson. Have faith. All the tools have been prepared. You just need to go underwater. Yes, underwater. Go there and prove that these tools are reliable, and your work will be complete. What are you doing? Where did you come from? I didn't hear you coming at all. I almost fell into the water, you know. Bitch, where? If I hadn't regained my balance, the future of photography in Fontaine would have gone down the water. I didn't expect you to react that intensely. Wait, don't you know how to swim? And you're from Fontaine, aren't you? Who said that people from Fontaine must know how to swim? Not every person from Lille can cook, and not every Mondstadt is a poet. Whatever. I went through all this effort to get diving apparatus. Today, I must go underwater to take some pictures. Oh, so that's what's going on. Is there something special about this camera? Special? I, Bresson Cartier, modified the camera personally. This is why it's special. My modification techniques are strict and ingenious, and I only use the very finest materials. The lens is countless times better than those you'll find on any other cameras. Indeed, there will be no loss in image quality even if you go underwater. But those people in the camera club, they don't care about my new techniques at all. Cartier, oh my god, so famous, I know, right? They claim that the key to photography lies in the skill of the photographers themselves and not their tools. I mean, it's a bit of both. But just you wait, I say. I will take some brilliant pictures and shut those ignoramuses right up. Whew, come on, Bresson. Believe in yourself. Believe. The water is warm and comfy, and it's definitely not full of man-eating fish. Will this dive suit really work? Will it suddenly explode underwater? After which I shall be dragged into the watery depths, never to be seen again. Oh, Archons. If you really can't do it, I can help you. Really? Would you do this? Would you aid me? A most generous soul you are. Indeed, my saviour. Well, I expect to be paid regardless. Well, of course I won't be making you do this for free. Your recompense will be rich, trust me. This guy is really dramatic. I'm also kind of dramatizing the voice acting. Ah, yes, right. Allow me to mark some good underwater scenery on your map. There are also some on land. That should be around here. This is brand new equipment after all. It wouldn't hurt to test them out at a few more spots. Alright, this will do. I leave Fontaine's technical photographic future and my vision for camera tools in your capable hands. I shall, wait for you on the shore. You're back. Is there something you'd like to ask me? Who are you again? Me? I am a member of the Fontaine Adventurers Guild, and I am also a card-carrying member of the Camera Club. However, the people of the club always say that the quality of the photo depends on the skill of the one taking it. I've heard that some people even intentionally use outdated cameras to take photos in order to hone their skills. That just seems like looking for trouble to me. I mean, that's not really honing skills. I feel like people do that with analog cameras, don't they? I, on the other hand, believe that better equipment takes better photos. I mean, equipment helps a bit, but it is mostly the skill of the photographer. But if you're a skilled photographer with absolutely dogshit equipment, it's probably not going to be the best. And they say I don't understand artistry. Humph. Well, I, for my part, say they don't understand photography. But they'll understand someday. You mark my words. Engineering is the key. Engineering. Why won't you go diving? Well, you know how some people don't like to eat mushrooms, and how others might throw up when eating fish? That's just the thing. Everybody's body is different. I can't take the dark environment underwater. They specifically made it so it's really fucking bright, mate. Why, I grow breathless if I remain in there for too long. That's called needing oxygen. You just have to come up for water and go back down. Sometimes I feel my limbs tingle, my head spin, and then, before I realized it, the camera would have slipped from my hand. Maybe that's just an anxiety attack. I have been loath to go underwater ever since losing my 5th camera this way, bro.